Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Virgo for the month of June. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate. Drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings and I will not send you a message on any platform, so do not get scammed. So let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you, Virgo. I am using the Gilded Tarot, the Rider Tarot, and the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to purchase them for yourself. There's also a link out to my Instagram if you'd like to give me a follow, but let's go and see what we have here. I'd also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow. And it also ensures that other people who may need to see the content have an opportunity to see the content. So you have this Three of Swords here that it popped out in the beginning of this reading. I do not take pop outs, but it is interesting that we see it come back in here in after shuffling, and so we'll talk about that more as we go along, but that looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So incredible energy here on the bottom for you, Virgo. So this is the card associated with Jupiter. Jupiter is an excellent planet. Jupiter is all about expansion. It's about growth. And you know, the Wheel of Fortune in particular, it's also about luck, good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune does talk about good luck and good fortune, but really what this says is that there's a change arriving. Okay, there is a change on the horizon. The winds of change are here when you see the Wheel of Fortune, and it's a change in your destiny. Okay, it's a change in your path. It says that the wheel has spun in your direction, and along with that, that conditions are favorable for you to embrace the change, to make a change, to start that project, to apply for that job, to go for that thing. And it's a really, really incredible energy. But it does signify change. The thing about the Wheel of Fortune is you do need to take advantage, right? Even though just because the wheel is spun in your direction doesn't mean that like something's going to just magically appear or someone's going to knock on your front door. You do have to take action when you get the Wheel of Fortune to embrace the change as much as possible. So going deeper here in the overall situation, you have this Eight of Cups, and now this is an important card in this reading because this middle card here spills into the rest of the cards, and it really helps lay out the context of the reading. So this Eight of Cups here, you know, this is also signifying a change. The difference is that we see you initiating the change here, where, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune, you need to take action, but the Wheel of Fortune is more about like kind of change arriving and change arriving. This is you being the change maker. As you can see, that this person has their back turned towards the Eight Cups that are spilled and empty. And for me, the Eight of Cups is a really nice energy because, you know, this person is taking an empowered step towards a better timeline for themselves, towards the fulfillment of wish, towards the Nine of Cups. Incredibly positive card for me, and it's always a card that I like to see. You know, with that Three of Swords energy, we'll talk about it more. What's going on here is there was a career situation or a workplace situation, maybe even a financial situation here that has been painful for you. And what I like is that you are ready to let that go and to move on, or maybe let that go is not the right phrase. You're ready to heal. You're ready to heal from that situation. And there's something really nice here aligning for you. Now, in the past, you have the Judgment energy, you have the King of Cups, and you have the Five of Pentacles. So, first and foremost, you know, we have this Five of Pentacles energy here. This is definitely a challenging energy in a career and financial reading. Five of Pentacles can say that there has been potentially financial hardships. However, more often, when I find it in this lower row, it says that you are speaking to yourself in a negative way as it relates to finances. Okay, you are dipping into poverty consciousness or poverty mindsets. It's actually more about the upper row is more about your consciousness and your thoughts. The lower row is more about the subconscious. It's more about like, yeah, the words that you're saying to yourself. Okay, And so, this can be a blockage. This can show up as a blockage. It can show up as words that you are using against yourself being a blockage on your abundance. Okay, is what I need to say. Now, is it possible that something happened here? It is totally possible for some of you, because we have this separation energy in the current situation. Now, again, I'm not foretelling job loss. I'm saying that this has come in the past for some of you, Virgos, and there's a little bit of pain. There's a little bit of pain around the separation or the loss of the job, which it is always a challenging situation. It really, truly is. And, the thing is, let me just throw this out here, and I do not mean to trigger. I just say this for something for you to think about. You can choose to say that this is painful, or you can accept that it's painful, but you can also choose to look at any sort of loss, like losing a job, as truly an opportunity to find something that is better for you. And oftentimes when things leave or exit our lives, it's because it wasn't part of our highest timeline. It was not part of our destiny, which you see with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. Remember, Wheel of Fortune means change. What is a job loss? A job loss is a change. But does this challenge here from the past, is it actually the thing that you needed in order to get onto the path of your destiny? That's what I think some of you may be asking yourself here. You have this Judgment energy, which is this is potentially a spiritual experience for you. The Judgment card is a card where there's this imagery of like an angel sort of bringing a ruling down on people, and people are sort of having this spiritual experience as they are receiving the judgment or receiving the ruling that is coming down. And the reason it's so spiritual is because the judgment or the ruling is based on the karma that you've accrued. And really, karma is just the result of the actions that you've taken, right? And so for some of you here, there's something going on. I'm not quite clear where this Judgment energy is, but I do think that there was something serious here where it felt like, whoa, I was not expecting this, or whatever the case may be. King of Cups, you weathered the storm, though. You did weather the storm. They are sitting in water, as you can see. They are ready to handle any sort of emotional situation in their life. In the current situation, you have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so again, really like this energy for you here. This is actually a very clear message in the current situation, or the middle of the reading here, where you can see this person walking away from the Three of Swords energy. It's also diagonal here, and actually, isn't this interesting? They have their back turned towards the Five of Pentacles. Not only do they have the back turned towards the Eight of Cups, but they have it turned towards the Five of Pentacles here. And so that is definitely symbolic in this reading. And so you see this person here embracing a better timeline. And for you, whatever was painful here with this Three of Swords, you're ready to move past that. Okay, but here's the thing. As you walk away, you have this Page of Pentacles that is coming in. The Page of Pentacles is good news arriving. It also says that generally, when you get the Page of Pentacles, it says generally your prospects are looking good. Sometimes you have to fall to rise. And I feel like I said this to you in a previous reading. And it seems like some of you have gotten right back up, right? You've gotten back up. You're ready to climb the mountain here. And you're ready to see what is at the top of the mountain, which you really have no idea what is there, right? Until you get there, right? And so you have to take that all important first step. And that's what I see you doing here. So I do feel like this is blessing in disguise energy. It is sort of tower energy that I'm feeling with this Judgment card and the Five of Pentacles. It's sort of this tower, unexpected, abrupt change here that I'm feeling. And again, this is you not being a victim. The Eight of Cups is you no longer being a victim, and you saying, all right, this is what happened. I'm going to accept that it's painful, and I'm also going to accept that this might be actually a blessing in disguise. This might actually be the best thing that ever happened to me. In the future, you have the Two of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we have lots of pentacles coming in here. So what I like here is you have this Four of Pentacles energy, which is really an energy of stability. It can say, it's interesting because you have the 4 into the 5 of Pentacles here. This person's fear of losing, you see how they're holding on so tightly to these pentacles? This person's fear of losing these pentacles might spill over into actual loss. The thing is, you have the 5 of Pentacles in the past and you have the 4 of Pentacles in the future. So the loss is behind you, okay? You have this stability here arriving in the future. But there will be some work for you to do around your the way that you speak to yourself around money. I think it'd be a very good idea to write out some affirmations, to say some affirmations, to believe that you are a millionaire until you become a millionaire, for example. That's just one example. But the belief is actually more important than the affirmations. You can say affirmations all day long, Virgo. Virgo, you can say, if I said Capricorn, my apologies. Virgo, you can say affirmations all day long, but if you do not believe in what you are saying, they will not work. Okay, the belief is way more important, Virgo. And so I think some of you here are becoming believers, especially with this Judgment energy. You have this King of Pentacles, which could be your energy showing up here. This is somebody who's extremely successful. This is someone who's climbing the ladder, moving up. And again, I do think that this is happening here after a loss. And then you have the Two of Wands, which refers to you really needing to decide on which path to go down. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here. So you have the Four of Wands, you have the Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hanging Man, Ace of Cups, and the Star. It's so incredible how we get these repeating messages for the signs, and I use multiple decks, shuffle very well, so forth and so on, but the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles have been coming in for so many people. Anyway, so 2 aces in a tarot reading, always a good sign, always a powerful new beginning in your life happening here. And listen, so in the past, you've had this Hanging Man energy where look, this person's kind of dangling, they're holding on here to this cable. So whether you cut the cable or something else cut the cable has been cut and the Hanged Man started falling, right? And that's what the Hanged Man needs, because right now, while they are attaining enlightenment here, as you can see, they are meditating, they have not fully attained enlightenment. What they really need to do is start acting, okay? And that involves cutting the cable and starting to free fall into the direction of their goals, dreams, and visions. Okay, they really need a transformation, which is the Death card that comes after the Hanged Man. You have the Four of Wands, which is really a card of foundations and achievements, stability. There is a real sense of stability here, despite some sort of loss as well. And so is there some place that you can sort of reach for or go after here and even affirm to yourself here that I am stable, I am safe, I am secure? It does feel like that is available. Or in the past, even if something was let go of, it did seem like you had something to catch you, or something, a situation that was stable. You have this Page of Cups, Ace of Cups energy here. I've talked about how aces are new beginnings, and very good ones at that, as you have 2 of them. The Page of Cups is a classic dreamer, and they're throwing out their dreams, visions, goals, and the thing is, they like to spend a whole lot of time dreaming, especially as you have this Ace of Cups energy as well. And it's good to have a vision, but it's also good to act on the vision. And so you can see this sort of story forming in this reading where you have a vision, you have a goal, you have a dream, but there's also this action that needs to be had here, especially as I've talked about at the very beginning of this reading with the Wheel of Fortune. The Star is wishes coming true in your life, and the Ace of Pentacles is potentially new contracts. This could be a new job that you're signing off on. Could be making a sale, making a purchase, anything like that, but some sort of dream-like energy here that I definitely like to see. So you have Child, you have Privileged Lady, and you have Message of Concern. Okay, let's get a clarifier here. Concern. Okay, there is just like a little bit of anxiety mounting here with the concern and message of a concern, which, by the way, is totally like normal when you're losing, if you've gone through a job change or you've been let go of or whatever the case may be, like that's like a totally normal thing. So if that's something that you're going through, don't beat yourself up. But there's also something like there's this gift here being provided, as you can see with the gift card. Not sure what's going on with the privileged lady energy. It is similar to the King of Pentacles in that this person can live a life of luxury. And so I definitely like to see this here. But yeah, and then I do feel like some of you have had like a family, a community, or a support system to fall back on here as you've maybe gone through some changes. So I'm excited to see what this dream is, this wish is for you that's coming in, and where your destiny will take you, Capricorn. So thank you so much I'm sorry, Virgo. Gosh, Virgo. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.